Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game of, this time, not Age of Empires. We are on Marvel Rivals, guys, again. I have done some clips and I've done some tutorials. Today we're going to be going through a whole game from my perspective and maybe some other players' perspectives, depending on what we want to see. I am playing competitive right now. This is a gold level play, if you're curious. I'm a gold 1 player, currently working my way up. My friend I'm playing with here is the Ricky the Raccoon. He's going to be gold 3. We are in a competitive match. And this was one of the most epic games I've played so far, so I just thought we had to go ahead and do a little quick cast of it. We can speed things up here. I play Spider-Man as my main, so I try to pick him off the rip. But sometimes I don't if, you know, the roles are needed. I need to play a healer, I need to play a tank. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I gotta swap heroes right away because, you know, Spider-Man, he can be countered, right? He can get countered by melee cleaves. Most melee characters counter him. Most hit scans, good players will counter him. And now let's slow things down as we get into this game. We're just going to be web swinging out our way onto the battlefield. I'm popping out here. I'm just kind of looking at trying to gauge the enemy composition here, see what my targets are going to be. I don't think I've spotted the Storm yet, but she's definitely going to be the one. Now I've noticed her, I think. I'm definitely looking to get on that Storm. She's going to be my main focus. Basically, who you want to kill is Spider-Man. You might think it's other support players, but oftentimes you want to go for the DPS. The Flyers, Iron Man, Storm, you know, long range snipers, hit scan, Moon Knights, stuff like that are really good picks for Spider-Man to kill, because if you go on a support, they have escape abilities, they can heal themselves usually a little bit harder, but they are better than tanks. But you also want to be, there's basically two different, like, kind of, I would say, objectives that you have as Spider-Man. One is to get picks, obviously, but more so than that, you want to just disrupt the enemy team. With your uppercut, if they're all stacked together, you can cleave them all, you know, knock them all up in the air. You can disrupt them. I'm, you know, not doing a very good job of that in the first round here, as you can see. But, you know, you want to charge your ult. Spider-Man is one of the strongest ults, I would say, in the game, because he not only does a bunch of damage to everyone around him, he also stuns them. And that's just amazing, right? Like, if they don't already have an ult popped, and you stun them all and you're doing damage constantly, they're probably going to die, right? So getting your ult charge, being in the team fight is very important. So you can see right now I'm not in the team fight, I'm not charging my ult. This is kind of a mistake. I'm looking for health. You know, we always look for health packs, and sometimes we can't always find them, right? Like, I don't know all the maps or remember where all the health packs are, but, you know, as you play more and more, you're going to pick up on that more and more. And right now, we're kind of waiting for the team to respawn and get back in the fight. I should be a little more proactive here, but I'm not. I know I have my ult charge about ready to go, so I'm just looking for a good opportunity to pop off here. But so far this round, we've lost the point. It's already 50% capped by the enemy team. We kind of need to make something happen. We need to take the point. I'm looking for my my in here, and here we go. I've got on the enemy Raccoon. He dives back into the point, unfortunately. And now my ult's ready to go. But this is all my team, if you guys are confused by the red and the blue. It looks like I'm on the enemy team from this replay's perspective, so unfortunately we're fighting against the blue players, which is kind of confusing, at least for me. I don't know about you guys, but I wish I could swap that, but I don't think we can. Now, we haven't used our ult yet. We've kind of been saving it. You know, we had a good team fight there with the rest of my team kind of pulling off and taking over the objective, so I didn't really need to use my ult. But we'll probably save it here and use it in this next fight. Thor's diving in, and we're just, since he's the only one in the fight, we're kind of getting on him, but we do need to heal up, so we're looking for those health packs. Now we still have our ult, we haven't gone off yet. We're looking at Storm here now. Storm's a good pick for me. Killed her, easy. And now we're getting in the team fight, like I mentioned. We want to, you know, just disrupt as much as possible. We probably should have ulted there. That, in retrospect, that looked like a good ult, potentially. But we did actually win the fight, so we didn't need to waste it. I mean, sometimes there's always argument of just keep using your ult versus like saving it, and usually you just want to use it, right, as long as it's going to be effective to kill at least one player, which in this case it looks like we could have done that, but it wasn't necessary, right? Now we're trying to get in here. The Raccoon's an easy pick. We're popping back out again, but it looks like the rest of our team, we're getting ulted on. And ults are very important in Rivals, obviously. I'm gonna pop my off right here, and you can see that it just is not effective. The main problem there, I believe, is the enemy Cloak and Dagger popped their ult off first, and I didn't realize all the other players were kind of standing on her ult. which basically leaves a kind of an area effect on the ground that heals them. So we really got nothing out of that. Unfortunately, it was not the right time. We should have waited for all that to wear off. And now we have a Punisher ult going off, which we're looking to disrupt or at least get out of the way of. And it looks like the enemy is winning the fight. I'm looking for an in here, but I don't find one. I almost, I tried to pull the raccoon in there off the ledge, I believe, a little bit fancy. Maybe a little too fancy for me, I'm not that good, so we gotta work on that one a little bit more. I'm waiting for the team, but we do have to mine the timer here. It looks like, well, we got a few percentage points. We're going back for the storm. We're popping up, taking her out. Looks like Punisher jumped off, so now we're coming down. But there's a bunch of them going off back here. We got the storm ult. Unfortunately, she's already respawned. The raccoon brought her back, and now she ulted my whole team. We also had a Doctor Strange ult there, and you can see that my whole team is basically dead. Unfortunately, it's overtime, and I just have to jump back on point and die. So we lose the first round, guys. It wasn't looking good. This game didn't start off too well, right? All right, let's speed things up again as we go into the next round here. So at this point, you know, we saw that the reason we're staying on Spider-Man in this case is because there is an enemy storm. I know my hero can counter that hero fairly well, at least from past experience. I'm sure a good storm probably I'd have to struggle with that, and I might want to swap. But I know this storm isn't that amazing. I've been able to pick her off a few times so far in this game. I'm 9-3. I'm not that bad, so I decided to stay on Spider-Man. You know, we have a 77% ult charge, so we want to keep that if we can. At this point, we're hoping that there's still going to be an enemy storm, but it looks like in this case they've swapped over to Moon Knight. And now let's slow things down here as we get into the game. We're once again kind of betting him out, looking for opportunities. We fell off the point, unfortunately. And we're looking for the Moon Knight. He's going to be our target in this game for the most part. But we'll take what we can get, right? We've got our ults. We got one pick there on Punisher. Almost got Raccoon. Not quite. We're going to have to get out of here. Trying to get away from this Punisher ult now. He's already back. Fortunately, a lot of my picks in this game were kind of ineffective in the sense that the Raccoon just rezzed them right away with his little beacon. So one of the things I could have done here better would have been to, you know, just look for that Raccoon portal. That's something Spider-Man can do. He can take out that Raccoon resurrection beacon, and he can then look for the pick there, and you can kind of deny those reses a little bit easier. So we are getting Moon ulted here. We got Punisher on the turret, which is a pain. And we're just kind of, you know, waiting for our team to respawn, to regroup. We don't want to try to solo the team right now. It's not looking good, but at this point, I want to talk about it. We're about, 39%, yeah. This is the point where somebody actually initiated on my team to surrender, and 4 of the people voted yes. The only people who didn't were myself and my friend Ricky the Raccoon here, who never vote for surrender. We're always trying to win, right? We're not about to give up, no matter how bad it looks. I mean, if somebody left the game, I mean, maybe that could be a different story. But if everyone's here, we're all gaming, why would we quit, right? We're here to win. We're in it to win it. We're not giving up, and we're gonna keep fighting, right? So we're kind of in the fight, in the melee here, punching around, trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, things have been a little tough, but now we finally get a pick on Punisher. And it looks like we're starting to clean him up here. Our ult is getting charged, and we're cleaving him down, punching, kicking, and uppercutting our way to this point. Okay, right? So now, we're just gonna keep trying to stagger them. I like to push in when there's only a couple players left alive. It's an opportunity to stagger the opponent more, basically split them up more and more, and never let them regroup as a total of 6. But I've had to retreat because, you know, we were getting kind of in there, and also there's this problem here. I've decided to ult here because I don't know how else I'm going to destroy this turret by myself. Unfortunately, I dove through the strange portal to see what was going on. Maybe I could pick somebody, but right as I went through, it closed on me. So kind of miscalculation there on my part. I didn't know the timing on that. But it looks like it's paying off. We pick off a support player on the retreat there, and then
Put some pep in my step.
yeah, we're doing pretty well this round. We're about to, I mean, we're kind of, you know, we have the point right now, but we are behind. The enemy, if they recapture it, it's not going to be looking good. We're definitely going to be, you know, having to be a little careful here. Right now, it looks like they're trying to set up a dive on me, but I'm not going to let that happen. Obviously, Spider-Man's the most mobile hero in the game. You should never, no one should ever be able to pick you off and chase you down because, you know, you're just faster than everyone else, right? So we're getting on Moon Knight like I mentioned I'm supposed to, and now there's people on the point, so I'm hopefully overextending, but I don't have any help here, so I'm gonna have to back off that Thor. Punisher's kind of overextended. We take him out, and now we're in the back on the support, diving them. I call them support. I'm sorry, guys. I'm used to the Overwatch terminology. I think it's strategist in this game, if I remember correctly. But I don't like changing my, you know, terminology for that kind of thing. I feel like it's the same either way. I'm sure you guys can understand support. DPS and tank, you know, is what I'm going to be using probably because I don't want to use the, you know, the new terms for them within the game itself. You know, it's just a personal preference of mine. You know, well, why bother? You know. Anyways, we do take the second round, so now we're pretty stoked. You know, we're about to surrender, or at least some people were, and we're back in it 1-1. Now this is where things are going to get interesting. This final round, obviously, right? This is why you're going to see some fun stuff happen here. But we won't spoil it. We'll just speed things up and get right into it. Once again, we're now, how are we doing on Spider-Man? 23-4. So we did better this round. Previous round, we were debating swapping off because of, you know, we lost, but, you know, we did recognize that there was a weakness on their team. A player who's playing a class that Spider-Man's pretty good at killing. And even though they swapped to another hero in this second round, they were still on the same type of hero that I can kill usually, right? So let's speed things up as we get into this here. The final round, guys. Here we go. Alright. So, we're diving in. Speed normal time. Here we go. Web swinging around, just kind of looking for an entrance. When people target me, I've got to be careful. Obviously, Spider-Man can be killed very easily. We see that there's a Punisher ult here, but I see that my Thor is on him, and so we're just going to help Thor and attack him behind and kill him. So you can see we were able to counter Punisher's ult by killing him, which is usually what you want to do. If you can. The other option, of course, is everybody line of sights him, but that's not ideal, especially when you're trying to capture the point, right? We do have our ult now. We are going to pop off here. Get one kill. I think we almost got 3 though. We did damage to 3, but we died. Unfortunate. Now let's speed things up since we're dead.
Now I've got something to prove.
Looks like our team's trading back and forth, a few kills here and there on either side. And we're back in the fight. Pretty quick. Spider-Man, the thing about even if you die on Spider-Man, you can always get back in the fight faster than pretty much any other hero in the game, actually, because of your web swings. It's quite amazing. So don't. Sometimes, you know, you're gonna die on Spider-Man. He's probably the squishiest hero in the game by most respects. There's no escapability other than movement, mobility. There's no defensives, right? So you just gotta be mindful of that. We do have the turret again, but I'm not finding a good way in. I'm trying to get on top, and we do end up killing him, but we get Doctor Strange ult, and we die. So once again, my team is actually up this round quite a bit. We're 50%, but it looks like most of my team has been wiped. And now, actually, I'm sorry, guys, we're not 50% up. It's the enemy that's 50% up. The enemy has had the point. I keep getting the blue and red mixed up, but they're ahead now, and we need to cap back this point. We're kind of far behind, and we need to find a way in here. So I'm coming in from the side. Punisher turret's up again. We're gonna try to, you know, at least knock him out of his turret at the least. Watching out for some enemy ults. Looking for another opportunity. We pick off the Doctor Strange as he's really low. We try to get on Punisher, and he goes down. Even though we did die there, you can see that someone else was able to kill him because I basically took the hits, and I got in there, did some damage to him. So even though that was like, you know, in some ways that was a failure for me, I think it was a net positive for the team, right? To trade me out for Punisher and his ult. We've got our ult again, looking for an opportunity. Right now we're doing pretty well. A couple picks here. Well, I guess helping the team out. Not really picks on my part, but you know, some assists there. Cleaning up Doctor Strange now. We do have the point now captured, so even though they're 99%, we're coming back and we're coming into it. I'm looking for people to harass, trying to get rid of this rocket, but he's got help now, so I'm dipping out. Like I mentioned, I try to dive in a little bit past the point. One of the few heroes you can do that on is, I think, is Spider-Man. If you're quick and you're careful and you're confident with your web swings and your escapes. But now they're regrouped, so we don't want to be the front line anymore. We're going to be backing up, let our tanks tank, and then look for our entry point. Sometimes you just want to pop in, get some uppercuts, pop out, just charge your ult when there's nothing much else for you to do. When everything else is too risky, if they're all stacked up. Just some nice AoE damage with the uppercut is always a good idea to do. See, we're charging our ult here, getting some damage in. And now someone has gotten to point, our enemy Thor has kind of extended himself, and we're going to try to help the team get rid of him. But you can see he's focused on us now. We never want to fight another melee head-to-head, pretty much, unless we're about to kill them. Another Thor ult, we're getting out. But now we got Punisher in the mix here. Once again, I'm trying to help my team get rid of him with the Thor. This time it doesn't go our way. This time he gets some heals, some support, and we kind of get wiped here. It's overtime though, so let's see. We still got a couple players on the point. Even though me and Thor died, I think maybe the Thor got rezzed, or at least just our two supports left. The Punisher turret set up again. I have like no health here. I actually wasted my ult there, as you can see. I was at 99, I got my ult. I popped it kind of to save my own life and to stun them, but it completely whiffed. And now we're in an extreme overtime. Fortunately, my Strange portal is here, and right on top of Punisher, we're able to get on him. Almost clean him up, and then we die again. So, yeah, at this point, a couple of times here when I died on the point, I thought we lost. But my team is still alive, and they are holding the fort down, so to speak. This has gone on for a long time, this overtime. We'll have to rewind at the end and see how long is this overtime going to go for. This is a crazy game, guys. Looking for a good swing here. Kind of missed it up a little bit, but we're back on the point. Got to get in the fight here, though. Got to get some damage. I'm missing my web swings. Too many shields in the way. And we do get an uppercut for a kill on a healer. Kind of on accident there. I think I was on Doctor Strange, and somehow the Invisible Woman got in front of me. Now we're on the Punisher, trying to work on him. But he switched to his shotgun. We got to get out. Alright, Strange ult kills us. And, you know, once again, I'm like, oh no, we just lost. 2 people got picked. But the team, my good old Rocky Raccoon buddy Ricky here, he's really holding down the heels in this game. He is just taking care of business, right? Our ult is getting there. It's got a little bit of charge still left on it. And we're getting back on point here. So, looks like our team's getting some picks. I don't have to do much here. I just want to try to charge my ult and pick off any remaining problems and just try to stagger them as much as possible, right? The fact that we're taking so long to kill Thor here, well, he's trying to stick on point, right? Because he can't go off point right now. It's too close with overtime. We get a KO on Invisible Woman again, but they're just trying to jump on the point last second here. I'm trying to charge my ult, and now I've got my ult here, so I can try to use that to keep people off point if they come on to it, like right here. I think that's what we're gonna do. Nope, we don't need it yet. We killed her. But there's still a Thor on point, and he just ulted. He's full health, so I do use my ult. We try to destroy this thing, and then we've won, guys. Holy crap, what a game. I can't believe it. We came back from a near surrender to a win. An amazing game. There it is. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Take a quick analysis here of what happened in this game. And yeah, we'll see how it went. So the MVP was our Thor. He was diving a lot, doing a lot of damage. Good job for him. Bot 616. You came through. We're pausing it, I guess. Okay, there we go. So there's the scoreboard, guys. We went 42-11. Not bad. 19 final hits. Not the most on the team. Our Thor took that and took top damage, so he did the best for sure. He did die a couple more times than I did. But we had a good team, right? Like we got my buddy Dicky here. He did over 32k heals. Not bad. Top healing in the game for sure. Very focused on the heals. And anyways, that was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this live game of Rivals. And if you have any questions, you want more of this, let me know in the comments below. We're probably going to make it some more content. I've definitely got another clips video at least to share with you guys. I think those are fun. So we'll definitely do another clips segment where we string some together, show you the best action. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.